So Bogdan Bogdanovic is officially an Atlanta Hawk. He was a restricted free agent from the Sacramento Kings, which means essentially any contract that Bogdan was offered this offseason, the Kings had the right to match it. Obviously, with this pandemic-shortened offseason, usually you get like 7 days to match it, but now it's down to 2 days. So essentially, the Kings have 48 hours to match the offer presented on the table by the Atlanta Hawks, who, the Hawks had a plan going into this offseason. They had money to spend, and they wanted to spend it on two of these three guys. It came down to Danilo Gallinari, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Gordon Hayward. They wanted shooting to go alongside Trae Young, and they wanted some guys that had been around the league, for a few years to be the shooters for them. I really believe they want to put some pressure on some of their young guys, like Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter, to be better versions of themselves and realize that you don't have forever to be better, right? You don't have forever to get better. You don't have forever in this league. You need to show us significant improvement every time out on the court. And I think that's why you go out and get a guy like Danilo Gallinari and as soon as free agency starts, and then you still use that leftover money to go get Bogdan Bogdanovic. That's a big-time offer the Hawks made to Bogdan. And, when you're dealing with restricted free agents in the NBA, the way to go about it is to make an offer so big, you piss off the other team, the team that has the right to match that offer. And that's what the Hawks did to the Kings. Because that's a little too much for Bogdan and what he's proven in this league. 4 years, $72 million. That's a lot of money. What is that, about $18 million a year? But, again, they did it to make a statement and put some pressure on the Kings to sign Bogdan or not. And the Kings thought about it long and hard. If they were going to do that, they would have had to move on from Buddy Hield. They recently gave Buddy his big-time contract extension. And it came down to, do we want to do this with Buddy or do we want to do this with Bogdan? If we're going to do this with Buddy, we need to trade. If we're going to do this with Bogdan, we need to trade Buddy immediately. And when the Kings started over long and hard, they're rolling with that De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield backcourt. And they're going to keep Buddy for the foreseeable future. And they moved off of Bogdan, opting to not match that offer from Atlanta. And that's how Bogdan found his way to Atlanta. Now, just for clarity here, remember, initially the Milwaukee Bucks had worked out a sign and trade for Bogdan. But remember, if you watch some of my previous videos, you already know this. That one was edging towards tampering. A lot of teams were like, how did the Milwaukee Bucks work out a contract offer with Bogdan, a restricted free agent, and technically at the time you were not even allowed to talk to other players that are not on your basketball team. So that's why that fell through. That's why Bogdan's not a Buck today. I'm hearing that he really wanted to be in Milwaukee. Really wanted to be in Milwaukee, but really didn't want to get involved with the league with tampering. So that's why he's in Atlanta right now. And y'all let me know, do you think the Hawks are any better than what they were last year? Do you think this team has a chance at the 8th spot? Ironically, Bogdan could end up playing the team that he thought he'd end up in the first round of the playoffs if the Milwaukee Bucks continue to run through the Eastern Conference and continue to be the number 1 seed like they've done the last couple of years. Maybe we could get a Bucks-Hawks first-round matchup. Y'all let me know what y'all be here for that one in the comment box below. I thank you guys so much for the time, love, support. It's what I don't take for granted. Salute. I'm out.